Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the language of business. Today we're diving into an 8K filing from Blue Owl Capital. Now, an 8K is like a corporate bat signal. Companies use it to announce big news. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's just another director shuffling onto the board. Or is it? Let's find out. This Form 8K filing dated March 26, 2025 is a current report, meaning it's for something that just happened. It's like a snapshot of a company's important updates. Blue Owl Capital filed it to keep investors up to date. Think of it as the company's way of saying, hey, something you should know about just occurred. The main event here is a change on Blue Owl Capital's board of directors. Jennifer Browse has been appointed as a member, filling the seat left vacant by Sean Ward's departure. So someone left and someone else stepped in to take their place. This kind of change can sometimes signal shifts in strategy or leadership priorities within a company, but sometimes it's just routine. Here's where it gets a little more interesting. Ms. Brose was picked by something called the Dial Principal Representative based on an agreement called the Amended and Restated Investor Rights Agreement. This investor rights agreement basically gives certain big investors the right to nominate people to the board. So it's not just a random pick, it's someone chosen by a major investor group. Think of it as a Kingmaker choosing the next knight. The filing states that Ms. Browse doesn't have any special or hidden interests that need to be disclosed. This is a standard legal check to make sure there's no conflict of interest. Basically, it means she's not secretly benefiting from any deals or arrangements with the company, at least not that they have to tell us about. Ms. Browse isn't just some outside hire. She's already working for Blue Owl as a managing director and chief operating officer of the GP Strategic Capital platform. Basically, she's moving from a management role to also being on the board. They are not paying her anything extra, but I think it's worth pointing out that she is already familiar with the ins and outs of the company's GP Strategic Capital business. This could mean she'll bring some very specific knowledge and insights to the board. I think it's worth pointing out that she is already familiar with the ins and outs of the company's GP Strategic Capital business. This could mean she'll bring some very specific knowledge and insights to the board. Now let's zoom out and put this into perspective. Blue Owl Capital is in the business of alternative asset management, meaning they deal with investments that aren't your typical stocks and bonds. They focus on things like private credit and direct lending, which can be more complex and sometimes riskier. So what does this board change mean for Blue Owl? Well, having someone from within the company already deeply involved in their GP Strategic Capital platform now on the board could be a strategic move. It might mean they're doubling down on that part of their business. Brose's existing role gives her an insider's view, and now she'll have a direct say in company decisions. One thing to keep an eye on is how this change affects Blue Owl's strategy and performance, especially in the GP Strategic Capital area. Will they become more aggressive or innovative? Will they stick to the current course? Oxiv, now let's think about some potential downside. Sometimes having someone from inside the company on the board can lead to a lack of fresh perspectives. They might be too close to the existing culture and strategies to see potential problems or new opportunities. Also, if the person was placed there by one of the big investors, there might be questions of independence. Is she representing the company's best interests or the investors? It's something to keep in mind. Ultimately, this 8K filing tells us that Blue Owl is tweaking its leadership structure, and the shift could have significant implications for the company's direction, especially in its GP Strategic Capital activities. Keep an eye on their next financial reports and announcements to see how this change plays out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. Until next time.